McPherson Ridge, which runs along that way, parallel to us. And then parallel to that over there is Oak Ridge. That's to the north, up that way. And the Confederate forces came from the west and tried to take over the Union defensive position. And that was on July 1st. And the Union was defending the town, and the Confederates came in looking for shoes, and they happened to run into each other. And it was a two-part fight. There was one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And a little after 7 o'clock, they ran into each other on West Willoughby Run, and they the Confederates pressed an attack, but there was too much reinforcements for them, and the Union troops defended the position well. And then they called for reinforcements, and the Iron Brigade arrived about 10 a.m. The leader fell from his horse actually and died of a wound to the neck, and the Yankees fended off the Southern assault. The Union was getting pushed back because the Confederates outnumbered them and they had a better position to attack, and the Union ended up having to retreat back into Gettysburg in the southeast, and that was the end of the morning fighting, with the Union losing the battle, or using ground, but the battle wasn't over. And then the PM fighting started around 1 p.m. and Confederate Major General Robert Rhodes deployed divisions from the north of town, and they began to attack from Oak Hill. The Confederate Army renewed their attack on McPherson Ridge, which is along here, and General Archer, along with Joseph Davis, led an attack against the famous Union Iron Brigade. It was a failure. Confederates suffered many casualties, and the Union Brigade leader Archer was captured and taken as a prisoner along with many more. The Union forces set up a defensive line along Cemetery Hill and Oak Hill, and it was actually led by Abner Doubleday, who's from Cooperstown, New York. At 2 o'clock, Ewell's troops out of nowhere made an attack on the Union's right flank, so it would have been from the north. And it was a great opportunity, and Robert E. Lee called for an attack against the whole Union line. The Confederate forces beat up on the Union, they crumbled, and they retreated back to Seminary Ridge, and they made a stand and then retreated again to Cemetery Hill. And that was day one, and it was a Confederate victory, but the Union troops ended up in a great defensive position, and then the next 2 days resulted in the rest of the battle.